Hi, I'm Michael. Reading comprehension is one of the 3 types of questions we will see in the verbal section. In this type of question, we will be presented with a short academic passage, 2 or 3 paragraphs long, and will be asked 3 or 4 consecutive questions about it. We should expect to see about 4 passages in each verbal section, making for about 12 to 16 questions out of a total of 37. These questions are the only ones on the GMAT which are not adaptive. Once we get a passage, the questions that come with it are set and won't change according to our performance. However, the passages themselves as a whole are adaptive. The ones you see will depend on how you are doing on the test up till that point. So, what do we need in order to succeed in this type of question? 3 things are needed for success: quick reading, speedy analysis, and a time-saving problem-solving strategy. Let's talk about these 3 skills one by one. First of all, reading. The first thing we need to do is read the entire passage. And since each passage is 200 to 250 words, and in the verbal, time is especially tight, we better do this quickly. This means we need to work on our speed reading ability. That's especially the case if we are non-native English speakers, but also if we are native speakers but are unfamiliar with academic writing. Thus, we should spend at least 75 consecutive minutes every day for at least a few weeks before the exam reading articles from popular science or business magazines. 75 minutes because that's the time we have to complete the verbal section. Since our time is short, we can't afford to first read and only then start thinking about what we read. Academic reading is very different from reading literature, where we can read leisurely and wait till we've gotten to the end of a text to reflect on how it made us feel. Here, we need to analyze what we're reading while we're reading it. The method we recommend to accomplish this is that of active reading. While reading the passage, we'll stop every sentence or two to make sure we understood what we've just read, ask ourselves questions to make sure we understand how one paragraph connects to the other, and most importantly, take short notes about the main message of each paragraph or sentence. We will continually ask ourselves, what has the passage told us up to now? How did what we just read connect to everything that came before it? To do this, it's extremely helpful to pay attention to the connecting words. Negative connectors, such as however, although, and instead, signal that one idea contradicts or weakens another, while positive connectors, such as furthermore, additionally, and moreover, signal that one idea builds upon or strengthens another. The third thing we must do is approach RC passages strategically. First of all, we'll read the whole text and only approach the questions after we're done. Second, we'll use different strategies for different types of questions. If the question asks us about a specific place in the passage, great. No need to waste time reading the answers. We can use the precise approach and extract the answer straight from the text. If we're not sure what we are looking for, we can use the alternative approach and just eliminate the wrong answers. For example, we may want to do this if we're asked, what would an appropriate title for this passage be? Thinking of a title on our own makes less sense than comparing the answers. A word of caution, though. We'll only do this when we have to, since reading answers is both time-consuming and confusing, as the different answer choices can be very persuasive. Finally, we may need to use the logical approach in questions, which require us to analyze the claim made in the argument. If, for example, we're asked about evidence which would weaken or strengthen an argument made in the passage, we need to think logically about what it is the passage is claiming. So, the bottom line is that since lack of time is the #1 killer in the verbal section, and reading comprehension requires a lot of reading, we must read fast, read as little as we can, and apply the best solution strategy.